So dumb. We have to do, like you said, we have to make the video and stuff.
Yeah, we have to do like a little intro so that you guys don't have to listen to us look for whatchamacallit. Look for our own show on our social medias because they don't appear to us, the owners of our social media accounts.
Wow. Hello. Let me get up some. Let me look and see what's going on.
What's going on?
I'm every woman.
He's always me. Okay. All right. I'll start with the. No, I won't start with nothing because we have an intro. I always forget we have an intro.
Yeah, if you don't know who you are by now, then I guess I ought to tell you. Welcome to Insert Name Here, brought to you in full Technicolor. We've got to turn on lights.
Oh!
I'm dying! And living sound with the dulcet tones of the great
I was like, her.
Alejandro Tejeda.
Yeah, that's me.
And me, the raspy voiced, sensual, gorgeous, alto, Malachi Unique. How you guys doing out here? We're here today, and time is going. Things have happened. What were you gonna start with?
Democracy was weakened.
What were you gonna start?
I wasn't gonna start with that, but that's what all the white people kept saying last night. This proved that democracy was
I was gonna start with the debate, even though I didn't watch the debate at all.
Neither did I.
Here's the thing. Who wants to tell us about the debate? Anyone in chat want to tell us about the debate?
Because I can tell you about it without watching it.
I can tell you about the debate. This is what happened. Donald Trump said some dumb racist shit, and Joe Biden said, "Ha, stupid." And he didn't really do much other than that. Obviously, he made Donald Trump look dumb, but Donald Trump made Donald Trump look, no, uncapable. Let me not use ableist terms. Uncapable, maybe not. Yeah, just a failure in general. Donald Trump is a failure, so he comes across as a failure all the time. I don't know, like, it doesn't take a master to make him look like a failure, but I heard Joe Biden gave an okay performance. I'm glad he didn't stumble. That's the thing I'm glad about. Like, so whatever.
I tweeted this yesterday, but it said hashtag presidential debate 2020, and it was Ralph from The Simpsons going. It says Chuckles. I'm in danger.
Yes.
And I said, that's
all
you need.
My thing was, the moment I saw Chris Wallace moderating, I said, waste of my time. This is a waste of my time. Biden always wants to fight. Biden has said repeatedly he want to take Trump out to behind the school. And Biden actually, can fight. So it's different. Like, Trump would say that type of stuff, but he can't fight.
Old man smoke is quite funny.
Trump can say that type of stuff, but he's a punk. He can't fight, bro. He would get his ass beat. If Joe Biden, if they're equal strength in their old manness, Joe Biden will beat his ass.
That McDonald's eating fool, he getting knocked.
He would get his ass whopped. I'll say that for Joe Biden, but
molly whopped. That's what basically happened. White people said democracy was weakened, as if it hasn't been weakening for, I don't know, since its creation. Because
it didn't protect half the people in the country in the beginning. I mean, you know how many enslaved people were in the country? There were so many of them in the South at that point. I mean, or not at that point, but beginning to, on the rise from there. But yeah, it's, y'all knew. I don't even know. This is a farce. This man literally, the day before, maybe, said, what did he say? He was like, he was like, yeah, it won't be a transfer of power. It'll be a continuation, they're like, will you have a peaceful transfer of power? He was like, but if they throw out the ballots, what? That's not what anybody asked you.
What was I going to talk about that? Oh yeah, I think I was supposed to put it on here and I forgot about how people are like preparing for Trump to contest the election and how they have to prepare for whatever that's going to mean. And I'm like, if y'all weren't ready for this,
listen, this is what he gonna do. He gonna go to the Supreme Court, say throw it out like y'all did in 2000, because y'all already set the precedent for doing stupid shit that you shouldn't have been doing, even though y'all literally knew y'all was doing dumb shit, because y'all said after you did it, this is not a precedent, but y'all did set a precedent by doing it, because y'all can continue. That's the same motherfuckers in there. They can continue to do the same thing. Like, and I'm like, bro, like, is our democracy strong? Niggas seem to think our democracy is very strong and is strong enough to handle this. I'm not sure. Like, no, let me be clear. I'm kind of sure, and I think it's not strong enough. Like, I'm like, y'all are sitting here like, oh, what if, or oh, when Joe Biden wins, it's gonna. I'm like, okay, but even if he wins, like, who's to say even if he wins, who's to say Donald Trump won't steal it anyway? I'm like, the man, like, you know, like, he's proven that he's willing to break the law. He don't care.
He's been a criminal as a president, a criminal before, a criminal after. You think he's gonna be different?
He ran like he was, bruh. He don't care. Like, the dude, he doesn't care. But anyway, and people are it's gonna be funny. Like, if whoever survives this, we're gonna find out, because all these people are gonna act like they knew ahead of time, and we're gonna know who knew. We're gonna know who was saying, oh no, it's no big deal. Like, all right, we're gonna find out, bro. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's not right now, but it seems to me that there's no reason for everybody to be like, okay, the election's gonna solve this. No reason to feel that comfortable. No reason to feel like when you vote, it's done. Like, there's no reason to feel that there should be there's gonna be a peaceful transfer of power, because the man has done what he said he's gonna do. Like, he said he's gonna do something, like, as long as it's within his interest, he's gonna do it. Like,
this man just don't care. Like, I just don't understand what people took 4 years to understand. Like, it took y'all to this year to know that this man was not right in the cabeza, that he and his family will do everything within their power to keep power.
It's crazy.
Like, it took y'all till now. We've been, like, my issue, and I told Malaysia this, is that Democrats spent 4 years going, we need to defeat Trump. That didn't happen. Then it was, we need to take him, we need to impeach him, we need to get rid of him, we need to do blah, blah, blah. They failed at all that. Now they wasted 4 years of doing nothing because they were so focused on not impeaching him on the right stuff.
Yeah, they didn't,
or not trying to impeach him at the right time. Then now it's been 4 years, and all he can talk about is all the crap he did, because he did a bunch of stuff for his people. And Democrats, what are we left with? Nothing, because y'all didn't do nothing except yell about him. And
oh, he's so bad. Oh, he's so rude. Oh, he's so this, whatever. Like, shit, like, you gotta do something, bro. Like, you have power. Like, they're like, and everybody's still there chilling. They're chilling. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Yeah. So
that's what happened last night. Not that we watched it, but the reactions were so, like, visceral. Yeah. Everybody was like, and all the black people were like, we done told you, unless they were like those weird black Democrats that are like, Biden for president. They were like, oh no, our democracy is at stake. But those are the weird black people. I don't be talking about y'all. And other news in relation to the president is that we all pay more taxes than the president. But I thought we already knew that, because I thought we knew rich people didn't pay taxes.
Bruh, first of all, it's not even that. It's because he's rich. It's because he's just a scam artist. That nigga just don't pay taxes. Like, he just don't pay. But, like, my thing is that, like, he said he didn't pay taxes. He literally said, people were like, bro, you pay your taxes? He was like, no, I'm smart, so I don't pay taxes. I don't pay taxes. That's because I'm smart. He said that. Like, I don't understand why we're not taking this man at his word. Like, people are like, no. Like, I don't know if they're really convinced by, like, what fucking homegirl be trying to spin on the fucking podium during those press conferences. But this nigga means what he's saying. Like, he says what he means. Like, he's a simple motherfucker. Like, not in the ableist way. Like, he's just simple. Like, his thought process is simple. He's like, okay, I think this, and I'm gonna say it. That's what he does every time. Like, it doesn't matter if he thought something different before. He won't address that. It doesn't matter. The first thing that comes to his mind, he says it. Like, so I don't. What are people confused about? Like,
people are confused because somehow they always forget that rich people tell them exactly what they gonna do. They forget somehow. I don't know how you forget. To be honest, this was just, y'all just, it's foolish. That's it. We all pay more taxes than him. They also did like a graph, and it showed that Barack Obama pays more taxes than all the other like presidents and other blah 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 people. And I was like, yeah, duh. Because if he didn't pay no taxes, guess what y'all would do?
Oh, Barack Obama dodging attack, new Wesley Snipes. They would. That's definitely what they would say.
That'd be kind of funny to call Barack Obama new Wesley Snipes.
They would literally say that if he didn't pay anything. But anyway, yeah. So that's that.
Oh damn! What do I want to get into next? Yo, Malaysia, please tell me one thing.
What?
How can you be at two places at once?
Blue Boy Magic?
Blue Boy Magic?
Hashtag Blue Boy Magic? So, the Bay State Banner reported something very cute.
Some tea.
Where did they get it from? I don't remember. I read the article, but you know...
Those articles be going in and out.
Timing. Okay, so it's just real... Oh, I think they just got it from the, like, report.
Yes.
Directly from the report.
A researcher with the Woke Windows project, they compiled data and compared it to court documents.
And some folks were in court all day, but also arresting folks on the street somehow. I don't know, they may be teleporting or something.
Through the orbs?
Oh no, did the police go to the orbs?
The police, let me tell you something.
Are they black holes?
My sister, let me tell you something. They took the final call, and they said, black men can travel through the orbs. Interesting. So what they did was they got some black men onto the force. Yeah. Taught the white men how to travel through the orbs.
Through the orbs.
So that they could be at two places at once.
So and protect the community. You're right. Okay,
that's what it sounds like when I read something like this.
No,
like this is stuff this always happens. It's always like former police officer. Yeah, you were former because they found out you were double dipping, you double dipper.
Bro, I'm like, it's hilarious. And this was like last year. This was like December of last year.
It was from like
2017.
Yeah, to 2019. Yeah. I think it was even a little earlier than like that. It was wild. I think it was from like 2012. I think it was like 2012 to like 2019. So it was like, so if you think of just that time period, man, this has been going on for like the whole existence of the Boston Police Department.
Blue Boy Magic Sparkle Sparkle. It was not probably. I'm almost positive it was going on way worse before they had like technology to properly track it. Like, what do you mean? Like, they could just be like, yeah, no, I was at court. I was doing a case like all day. Yeah, no, I had to stay. The jury. It was weird. I had to stay. You know. Oh yeah, no, but I arrested that guy. Yeah. No, it was on my lunch break. Yeah, I couldn't take lunch. I have to get, time for that too.
It's just, y'all make me sick.
It's like, bro, I'm like, we're so blatant. And then people have the nerve to be like, oh, Boston doesn't have these problems. We have all the systemic problems.
It's legit
we have them
all the time. This is my issue when people say that now in 2020 is that the stadies have done it. BPD has done it. Almost every other local police force has also done it. You can't say it no more. The evidence is piling up against you.
The stadiums are ridiculous. Like,
the stadiums are like no real oversight.
The stadiums be balling it up, bro. Cash. They be like
overtime.
They be snorting cocaine,
snorting that overtime
off the money that they, it's ridiculous. But
what is the real purpose of the stadium?
Obviously
is it just the highways mainly?
Yeah, I guess. I don't fucking know.
I don't know either. I've never
guess
about
because I don't be going. You know what? It's time for my aside for the beginning of the show. So I was watching. Today I was watching. A police procedural drama, and I just talked to my mom like a week ago or so about why Black people love police procedurals so much, because Black people love some police procedurals. I think I was like, I said to her, like, I was reading articles and I really realized that white people really like think it's real. Like, and I never in my life was like, oh, this is really how the police act. Like, all my life I'm like, oh yeah, this why is this way. Oh, look at it beating up that they do that in real life. Like, but they don't be doing it. Like, how does anyone believe that the police like really be tracking shit through people's fingerprints and that they have to punch a suspect and stomp their fucking jaw like that? It's crazy because those shows really changed America's perception of the police. Like, that's what shaped white America's perception of the police,
because you think that's what you should be able to do.
Because they don't see the police also, and they don't see the police, and it's like, it's crazy to me because I'm like, Black people love those shows. Like, I see these Black people, they love Law and Order.
That's the best show on earth.
They fucking SVU, they love some fucking CSI. They love them all. Also,
Olivia Stable.
Also, I was like thinking today. I'm gonna slander CBS randomly. They had a lot. They were really interested in freaking talking about like Mossad back in like the early 2000s.
Yes, they were.
And like, I mean, all shows are doing the Islamic terrorism, but like,
they went heavy.
They were pushing, like, they was pushing CBS.
And
I mean, obviously,
the king of like,
yeah, fact. Obviously, you can see through their news too, because they're super conservative news. Like,
wow, I never really thought about how Ziva, is Israeli like that, because I enjoyed the show too much when I was a kid to think about the like diplomatics effects and like the further psychological effects of her being like a good person fighting against like other
scary criminals,
other brown people. Somebody called this is my aside. Somebody called some Arab women sand Latinas, and I said, what?
How is that? Okay.
How does that make sense? Yes, that's what I wanted to know.
But also how, like, okay, I get the sand part, but Latina is not a slur. Like, if you say like that other word, remember that word Azalea Banks said when she called Zayn, that nigger. Yeah, that makes sense because like nigger's a slur, but like Latina.
It made me like
like, bro, people been coming with the slurs that have been they've been new to me, bro. Nigger spick is new to me.
He says "San Latinas be fine AF" on a picture.
What? What's that mean, sir? What are you talking about? We don't call them Arabs no more. I thought the hood niggas called them Arabs.
I thought they still did too. But that's our aside real quick about weird stuff.
About what? I barely remember what I said. Oh yeah, I was talking about TV.
What other aside? Oh yeah, Salt Bay got a restaurant in Boston and they immediately pretty much closed it down because they had a bunch of violations.
Oh, by the way, I saw, that twerking video situation. Mm-hmm. What, like, was that her boyfriend or no? It wasn't.
Well, it's the internet, so you never really know if that's the person. But according to this one person that said it was her, she said it had nothing to do with her. It was like he was going banging for something else. That she was just like, who's that? That not for me. Yeah. That's what she said. Obviously, all of the internet was like, that's her boyfriend, that's her brother.
Yeah, no, because I saw that and I couldn't find any actual news about it. Like, I saw people say, oh, that's not her boyfriend, because I saw people obviously talking about shit like, oh, that's what it should be. Anytime we can shit on Black women, we will.
That's basically why you shouldn't twerk for Salt Bay. I'll twerk for whoever I want to twerk. That Turkish man, rich as fuck. If I'm going to twerk for a man, it's going to be a Turkish rich as fuck man. I want y'all to know.
Anytime a Black woman does anything, it's the devil's work. That's how y'all sound corny. But anyway, yeah, so that was mess. But Salt Bay's restaurant got shut down immediately.
And like reopened. Like, this man rich as hell. I don't care about no Salt Bay restaurant. Overpriced.
Bro, I'd rather somebody's Turkish grandma make me food. But anyway.
Me too.
What's next? What next?
Oh, what else could we get into? Everything seems like so tasking on the soul today. Like, all these topics are like kind of heavy. Oh, COVID gonna fuck us up again.
Yeah.
In case y'all didn't know.
Oh yeah, somebody reported that reporting that the marshals in East Boston had a worker who got COVID and was working before they said they announced to their bosses they had COVID, and the managers did not want to close the store. So I don't know if that's that's not a Target. What am I talking about? It's a Marshalls. It's a Marshalls in East Boston. It's a Marshalls.
You know what killed me about that is that you started by saying Marshalls.
When
you said Target, I said what?
I don't know. My brain is stupid. It's a Marshalls in East Boston. And I don't know if it's closed.
Better step away. I don't know.
But don't go there.
Don't be stepping near that East Boston.
That's just the gossip mill. I'm starting my little investigative reporting scene. So that's just what I got out there. Yo, you can be an investigative reporter on Facebook. Yo, that's another clip I just watched. We gotta watch that later. But yeah. Anyway.
No, you can't say and I say Okay, People's Academy, which is for tradesmen, they're launching a site. It's gonna be across from BLA. There, you know that church park next to it. I don't know. It's that space next to it that's gonna be it. But they're gonna build a place there to teach people. It's like a house now, I guess. But that's where he runs. Like the dude that runs this currently runs his program. They're gonna convert it into a building. Is it something? It's something. I don't know exactly what it's called, but they're gonna call it the People's Academy, which is cool because we always need more trade skills in other centers to teach people that stuff. Especially being across from BLA, I think for a lot of people at like BLA who are like they just don't do good at BLA for various reasons. Having like a trade center across the street, you can trades be, like hopefully pushed to do something constructive instead of just being pushed away from the school system.
I think they have like woodworking or something. I want to
maybe
somebody needs to do that. Also, I saw an interview with Tony Hawk, and it made me.
That was supposed to be the name of the show.
Yo, damn, we forgot.
That's what I forgot. Okay, continue. Tony Hawk.
The show's supposed to be called "We Need a Skate Park." We'll call the show on like Spotify and on the platforms "We Need a Skate Park."
Facts.
But anyway. So I saw an interview with Tony Hawk, and he was talking about like they were just talking about like how he has a foundation that they build skate parks across like the country or whatever. And Boston needs a skate park. Like I need a skate park for my rollerblades, and I don't want to.
Isn't there like one skate park, but it's in like by the garden?
It needs to be
like under the
we need one
bridge.
in Roxbury.
Facts.
We need one in like Roxbury, Dorchester.
So can you imagine all the cool photo shoots we would have at that skate park?
Could you just imagine how lit it would be to have a fucking skate park? You get exercise, you could do your fucking flips.
The Donna Summers event could be held there, so people could like skate and like dance.
You could go up ramps and shit and fuck yourself.
Tony
up.
Hawk, build us in Roxbury. Boston,
come to us. Come to. We have a lot of names. Come to Hood Consultant. Come to Obvious Nonsense. We build a skate park. No, fuck that. That's too far, Mike. Braintree, Cambridge. That's Boston. Yeah. Roxbury, Dorchester. For the black people. For the Negroes. We want it for the Negroes. We don't want it by the garden. We want it for the Negroes. But yeah. Also, to talk about Needles in the Park, because that's not on there right now.
Needles in the Park.
Some homies, first of all, man, Domingo's running for, he running for at large. We're open about our support for the Negroes.
That's the homie. Anybody that dumps needles on at the mayor, towards the whatever Malaysia's going to say in a second, that's the homie.
Yo, so they went to that boy Chuckle's house. Me, if I would have known, I'd have been there too. I wasn't there with my lazy ass.
what's it called?
Swampscott.
Swampscott.
I wasn't there with my lazy ass, but if I would have known they was going to Chuckles' house, y'all know how I feel about that man. I'd have been there. But my dude, bro, a freaking, you know, he's an example to us all, Domingos. He went up there, bro. He collected his needles from Mass Ave, you know, that area. He went up there, dumped his needles in Charlie Baker's neighborhood. Fuck Marty Walsh. Not even you. Beyond Marty Walsh.
For all the people saying, "Oh, why you keep attacking Marty Walsh?"
Marty Walsh,
they said,
bro.
Bet, we got smoke for all you.
Nah, you know.
The best part is the fact that there was a stadium outside of Charlie Baker's house that said you can't leave these needles
and
here.
They said,
and
skirt.
They said
skirt.
They said, well, they can leave needles in my house.
Also, I gotta find that article real quick. There was that article about you know, I don't know. I didn't like how it was phrasing things. That article about the South End residents and the Roxbury residents and how they feel about the folks out there in those neighborhoods and stuff like that. And it's like, bro, they were talking like, from what I've been seeing, especially recently, people have been a lot more open to a lot of solutions. And I think that the way that article framed it was very like as if like the residents were against everything, and people they framed it as if the our public servants were doing their best. And the community is like, no. And I'm like, that's not how it was.
Yeah, it has like very suspicious
I didn't like
framing.
its tone. I didn't like the tone of that article. Who wrote it? Which one of y'all hoes wrote it? Which one of y'all hoes wrote it?
It's suspicious, like, the way of writing it was weird. The quotations, what's the word?
I don't know.
The quotes from people they took were weird. The way they put them in the article were weird. I think as people do independent, like, journalism that aren't from, like, a mainstream media source, it's very important to always remember, like, the tone and how you write some stuff is gonna matter and how people, like, digest the information. So I didn't know what the point they were trying to get across at the end of their article. Like, there should always, English writing lesson really quickly. There should always be a point in your article, especially if your article is supposed to be about something like that. If it's just telling you blank, straight news, that's different. But if you're framing it in a specific way, there should be a point. But that article is kind of wild. Talking about that, some person named Alex Gray just put their foot in the race for at-large. I don't know who that is. So that's it too. That's another person for at-large. Never heard of that person. They work for like a consulting firm or something. That's all I know. That it is what it is. There are more people that are going to jump in. We don't see,
as my friend Nate would say.
I'm interested to see who runs for a bunch of these positions because it's looking that looked dangerous for a second.
Like a boss, like a thug.
I'm interested to see who runs, like we say every week. It's just we don't see what it is. I don't even know if this Alex Gray, if that's his real name. I know it was Gray. I can't remember if it was Alex. It might be a different person.
Him a name.
But that's the person that's running. We'll see what happens. We're going to see a bunch of random people start running for that at-large because Michelle Wu, she leaving hers. A bunch of other people, we don't know what's happening with them.
Everything's up in the air. It's a little drama.
It's a little dicey, as people say.
Having a little drama.
Anyway. City dram. Little city dram. People didn't notice that much except like us who waited for it. Rachel Rollins was supposed to have a town hall last night.
Rachel, madam,
and
I have some things to say.
And madam. It didn't happen because for a whole hour, they were experiencing technical issues, or actually probably less than that. Probably half an hour in, they were like, "Oh shit, we can't fix it. Let's just record it." But they didn't tell us, the people waiting at Facebook, for like an hour and a half that they weren't going to go live.
Madam, I have some problems. These things are not seeming like they're going well in times when they need to be going well. And little weird stuff is happening, madam. Don't do it. Please. I'm begging. Rachel Rollins, you were our Beyonce. What's happening? Don't do it.
Facts. Especially when she did the, whatchamacallit? When she said she was just going to publish the presentation, or like she was just
people were supposed to be able to ask you questions, madam. Like,
facts. This is about keeping you accountable for stuff.
Like you know that. Come on, like Don't play. Like, if you need technical support, like, you gotta find some technical support. Like, there's niggas all up the block that know how to fucking do technical support, bro. It probably wasn't even that. I don't know what issue it was, but
I'd rather she just go on her phone, like, and
get
be
online,
like,
bro.
It's not working right now. We're gonna try and get on and reschedule.
Like, something
for the next day or something.
You gotta give, and then you gotta tell people, like, you gotta be transparent about what's going on. Also, people like trying to talk
tech
to
issues.
You.
What tech issues? It's September. We've been in this mess for like 5 years. Like 5 years. Like
I'm saying, months, like Mike just said, I can get her on Facebook in like 2 minutes. I'm saying, like, I can. So could I. So could pretty much anybody, bro. Like, and I understand, like, you know, I don't like, you know, they were. You know, I know earlier this year they was doing like, you know, only a couple people in the office. I don't know how it's working out now, but like, it's like, dog, like, if you need it, like, because this is the things that these like public officials seem like they have problems with these sorts of things often. So like, you gotta have somebody on staff that can do this. Like, and it's like, and I feel like this kind of shows something. I don't know what it shows.
It was just strange.
Like,
it was strange, and it'd be an interesting, because she's been in the spotlight a lot as of late.
Recently,
a lot of questionable things said about like the bail fund, questionable actions done by her office in general, and not that they directly speak to her, but they do speak to what's happening within her office and what's affecting us. And kind of as a DA, it's kind of her job.
It's very important.
Even if her ADAs and DAs are doing weird stuff, it's kind of her job.
Like, and that's the thing too. Like, yeah. But anyway, it's important to be transparent about this stuff, and people need to also be asking questions. Like, people need to be like, yo, like saying like, yes, you need to be talking to people. You have to be talking to the community, especially a person like Rachel Rollins. And I feel like, you know, like you talked to her a few times, met her a few times. Like, I feel like she knows that. And that's why I'm saying it, bro. And that's why I'm saying it like this. Because if I didn't feel like you knew that, like if I didn't feel like you gave a fuck,
it would be
a whole different conversation. Everybody watching knows that it would be, if you watched before, you know it would be a whole different conversation if I didn't feel like she gave a fuck about it. So if you see this, you might
just know.
You better, you probably should do stuff like that. You probably, like, if you know, if this is something you're trying to continue as a DA, like, of Suffolk County, you should probably do that. Like
there was even somebody that was like, they want to talk because they were like, a police officer like knocked down their door because of a warrant, and I was like,
bro, this is just how people be getting killed, bro. We just saw it. Like, this, like, don't think it can't happen here. What's this? It can't happen here. It can happen anywhere. And people never think it's going to be them, bro. They never think it's going to be in our city. They never think, and I'm like, it's crazy because we see violence all the time. Like, why do you think that it only exists in one sector of the city? You think like violence on the streets is all it is? Like, really? There's so much, bro. It's all mixed all in. So, you know, yeah, there's a lot of things that like.
Yeah, Mike, you probably should tag her, and I might tag her. She'd have me. I might tag her after with the time marks. Like, please watch this and answer the community's questions. Like, reschedule this, even if you already released the presentation.
Like, bro, like Mike will help you if you need help.
We know, you know, and you can pay him well with some nice Suffolk DA office money.
Speaking of paying people with money, let's talk a little bit about the little Boston little Negro Fund or whatever.
Oh yes, the equity fund,
the United Negro College Fund. Anyway, let's talk about that. So somebody made a really, really good point about how there have been so many like funds and initiatives and shits that like Marty Walsh's administration specifically has started that have amounted to nothing. Like, what did the resilience initiative like really amount to? Like,
and there's not much. The main critique a lot of people have is the way it's not audited really. We don't really know what happens with this. So that's the issue, is that we have the equity fund, we have the like housing something resilience fund, this other fund. Where'd the money go? you see like the first 3 or 2 grants, so it'll be like 25,000 for this organization, 25 for this one. The rest of the money, where it is.
And I'm like, my thing is like, we make it like, bro, and now there's another one, and they've been active for however long and have gotten no donations or whatever yet or some shit. I don't know. It's just stupid, but like, I just think like we really let people get away with like nothing. Like, we let people get away with so much fake
with words,
like bullshit.
Just words. Words are so, they appease people.
And in this city, especially Marty, we let that nigga get away with way too much.
Basically,
like,
murder.
The mayor gets away with way too much in Boston, bro. Like, bro, they just say shit and do nothing. Say shit and do nothing. You say something to them, they say, okay, sound good, do nothing. Like, or do the opposite of what you said. Ignore your, like, it's bullshit, dog. Like, we gotta, like, beyond elections, whatever, like, these people need to answer to us as the people, like, as their constituents, as their city. They gotta answer to what, our needs, like, and we have needs and we make them clear. We can articulate those needs, like, but you gotta be responsive. Like, it's like, come on, like.
Oh, and that ties well into Twitter being used as a vehicle for talking to politicians. I don't know why, but last week a bunch of the Needles in the Park people and the Needles people realized that Twitter was the place to get politicians, especially like city councilors, to respond back to you.
Mm-hmm.
And it was quite funny because they were like, all the letters we sent, all the emails. I was like, y'all ain't know public shaming,
bro.
I'm
like, bro, because that, you know why? You want to know why my shade for the day?
Why?
Because older people don't take Twitter seriously, and when you talk to them about what's going on Twitter, they're like, Twitter's not important.
Twitter's not real. That's not the real world.
And then guess what? When politicians get tagged on Twitter, what do they get? Tight. They get tight, bro.
They be running to either
Marty Walsh gets
person
steamed, bro, when he gets tagged on Twitter.
And we are working on it. I have only been in office 1 year, and I am not on the council for this.
Okay. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then, or like when people want to be like, when they finally show up, want to act like people should be deferring to them or bowing to them or something, like, bruh, like,
we got some tea,
bruh, like,
I wish we could spill it,
bruh, like,
but it's not our tea to spill.
It's none of my business though. But people want to be acting like they've been doing.
These city councils are grimy out here.
Some of them,
like,
bro.
grimy.
They want to act like they've been, doing what they were supposed to do the whole time, but they haven't been.
I had to sneeze. I thought it was gonna come out faster. Okay, I'm alive.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you didn't know, Twitter's a place to not abuse. I don't know, it's high-key abuse sometimes, because sometimes people be giving them that Monday Night Raw SmackDown on Twitter.
They be doing it on Twitter.
So I don't know, it'd be abuse sometimes.
Twitter's the way, bro. We're streaming on Twitter right now. Twitter people know. They know that's the place to get in touch with politicians.
Twitter.
Yo, speaking of, I don't know if Ed Markey talked to Melvia Cash tree people. I don't know, because I haven't talked to them either. But if he didn't, you better.
Hashtag Marquee for the trees.
Facts.
Do that.
So yeah, we still thinking about it, bro.
Until those trees are safe.
Until our air is safe, our literal lungs, until the lungs of our children, our babies are safe. We're still talking about it.
Oh no. It's the perpetual fear of sneezing that's killing me right now. Like, it's gonna come out of me. Yeah, bully your politicians on Twitter. Still email them and send them letters, but do it on Twitter because then it's public.
Yeah, email them, then go on Twitter and ask them, like, I sent you an email, and say what the email was about.
Include the email. Sometimes use that picture function and be like, if you didn't see it,
here it is.
Because
I've emailed you X amount of times about this situation.
People need to be bullied. Sometimes, especially these people that get very comfortable in their positions, need to be pushed. That's all I gotta say. I'm not saying use no cuss words and nothing. I would, but do what you will with that information.
Anyway, Marty hates it.
Oh, indigenous people getting mistreated. That's, I think, our last topic.
Yes.
Unless you think of something else, which we always think of something else.
Yeah, so Canada, well, indigenous people get mistreated all over the world. Let's be clear. But Canada is one of the places known for being especially like shitty about it. And so, first off, the Mi'kmaq tribe, in I think Nova Scotia.
That's what I
thought
too.
Yes. And the Mi'kmaq in Nova Scotia, they had a fishery, a lobster fishery, or they were starting like a lobster fishery, and then like the federal, like was it the federal government, the local government, one of the freaking governments. I'll send you guys the article so you can read it. But they started, they were stopping
the local lobster fishers.
Yeah.
Were kind of
trapping. They say fisheries.
Yeah, it says fishery in this article. Maybe Canadians. Is it just called fishery if that's what the thing is? Anywho, there's some beef where they don't want to let these indigenous tribes.
Yeah, so they
use the their own.
This is what happened. So they launched the fishery, and then a bunch of commercial fishermen got mad at them, and so they're trying to resolve it.
Yeah, they like even blockaded. They set up like all of their trucks so that what is this tribe called?
Mi'kmaq.
The Mi'kmaq people couldn't come down and go fishing for the lobsters or lobster trapping. Yeah, I like lobster trapping.
They be trapping the lobsters, yo.
They be trapping the lobsters.
Anyway, yeah. So that happened. So that's bullshit. Obviously,
and that's an ongoing thing.
Let's be clear. Like this happens constantly to indigenous people. Their sovereignty is always being threatened. Their land, their ability to like survive and get money is always being threatened. Like if you didn't know, like a lot of reservations don't have power in like those far in like the West. Like a lot of those places don't have powers, doctors, water. Running water. Like y'all talk about quote unquote third world countries, like like this is people, this is how people live in here, like, and it's like
indigenous people in this country get treated like shit.
Terrible. And it's like people want to make fun of people about addiction, about diabetes, like who's causing these things?
How am I not supposed to get diabetes? There are no doctors, no good food.
No,
the only food around is like
people literally don't have power doing their homework in the dark, like like that's. But anyway, the other story from Canada was about a woman in the hospital, and she caught in like the last moments of her life, I guess she caught the
nurses mistreating her.
Yeah, on camera they were saying all type of slurs and fucked up shit to her, and she ended up passing away. And it's like, that's how especially if you're a woman of color, if you're a person of color, but if you're a woman of color, a black woman or indigenous woman, like, how doctors treat you, bro. Like, I can even think of my friend just a couple weeks ago, bro. I have this thing I've been diagnosed with for years, and you're telling me, oh, it's because of your weight. Like, what? No, it's not. It's because I definitely weighed less.
Have the disease.
I definitely weighed less when I was 14, madam. Like, and I had it back then. So, like, they'll let you die. They will let you die. Like, I mean, how many times we have to see it? It happened to Beyonce. It happened to Serena Williams. Like, it happens.
It happens all the time. They have no problem mistreating us, even when you're on the brink of death, and these people are talking shit to you. Yeah, this is like one of the especially for like indigenous and like pretty much every people but white people, really, like death is something very like sacred and very something you should be honoring people as they pass and like respecting them. And to basically disrespect this woman as she like goes into wherever she goes based on her spiritual beliefs, like, is insane. Like, to think that as you are dying and you can't do anything for yourself, there are people talking shit about you.
It's fucked up. It's really fucked up. Like, it's messed up. Like,
man, if I'm she in my tribe, I'm pulling up. Like, I'm gonna be like, who talking shit? I don't even care. All of y'all catching my hands.
I mean,
all of us will go to jail. Even I will bring my child to slap you, bro, to go to jail as well.
That's crazy. I mean, it's wild, bro.
That's wild.
Yeah. Anyway, But yeah, I mean,
It's like there wasn't a lot to cover this week.
but
there was a lot. Like there's only so much you can say.
What do you want us to say? Like some of these times, like not that y'all are asking us for more, but like
what do you want from me?
What more do you want from me? But sometimes, sometimes this is like how much? But what more can we say about the fact that like we're really about to let a fascist take over our country for real, for real? Like, what more can we say? Like. Yeah, I mean, and people get niggas be mad at people for saying that. Like,
it's facts. What you want? You want me to lie? And me and Malaysia have been covering this since we restarted this, and even before that on our own personal Facebooks, on Obvious Nonsense's page, on our Twitters. We talk about this all the time. Like, y'all let this happen, and y'all right now are acting like this is the issue. Sorry.
And you're letting it happen again. It's like, bro, I mean, y'all letting it happen still, rather, not again, still. Like, okay, bro. Donald Trump, what he say? Like, stand back, or whatever he said about the Proud Boys. Like, that nigga said, get your guns. Y'all gonna be blazing it up on freaking when they finish counting them votes.
Oh, yeah, Marty said, he gonna make sure Trump supporters don't do nothing on election day. Not that I was worried about me being able to...
Nobody. What are they gonna? How they gonna start? They gonna make Massachusetts vote for Donald Trump? Really? Come on, bro. Marty only. The only reason Marty saying that because he really wants Joe Biden to win so he can get that labor job, bro. That's all he wants.
All those Democrats, all of being like, and that won't happen here. We won't let those Trump people or those Proud Boys do that here. And be like, you're not gonna try. Please, I want you to try and do that in front of that little middle school / high school that I vote at. Please try.
People just gonna walk past all the immigrants gonna walk past you. All them Haitian people gonna walk past your ass. All them Dominicans gonna walk past you. All Cape Verde, they gonna all walk past you. All the old black people, they don't care. They gonna be like, we already done walked past you before. Like, nigga, bro, what would y'all already did that shit to them like 30 years ago, dog. They y'all throwing rocks at their buses and shit, bro. They don't care, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? They don't give a fuck about no fucking Trump support. That's gonna stop them from voting.
I'll shoulder check you and just go and vote. Like,
that's the whole reason we able to vote in the first place. And I didn't think that's gonna stop niggas from voting.
I'll come with some football pads, ready to purposely beat people.
Bro, you think, bro, that's not gonna stop nobody from voting. If they're going to the poll, like physically going to the polls in a pandemic anyway, you think some Trump support gonna stop them? Hell no, they don't care. But like, my thing is like.
But for those actual states that are of concern,
yeah,
that's the real issue. I don't need Marty Walsh saying we gonna do this.
Somebody
this,
was
and this.
like,
I don't need that. I need, if anything, I need people from Massachusetts that might vote early to just go down to other states and be ready to fight. Be ready to beef with those Proud Boys,
bro. In Florida,
who,
bro? People, I don't know. Not me. I'm not trying to go to Florida. I'll be clear. I'm not trying to I can't suggest anybody, but that's the place to go.
Remind me to mention you that my employment said something about that.
Anyway. That's the place to go because that's where they need. That's where they need it.
Yeah, you can go to Florida. You can go to Texas. You can go to Georgia, Ohio, Pennsylvania.
Go to Pennsylvania because they're already saying that they won't count the
Michigan, another big state where a lot of black people are undercounted.
They won't
go protect those.
They said they won't count the votes if they come in too slow. Like, That's not how elections work.
Did you know a bunch of our votes got thrown away because they were submitted late or submitted same day or whatever, so they weren't counted. And I was like, it's because you only put one official box in freaking one place. Nobody's going to City Hall. Who going to City Hall? We did. But that's because we had time and
facts.
I was able to, me and Malaysia were able to do that. Other people can't go to City Hall during COVID. Like, the main way to get to City Hall is a damn train. Y'all better put those election boxes all throughout the city and just guard it or something.
If y'all really serious about democracy, coming to pass, that's what you would do. So, but I mean, like you said, Massachusetts not swinging the tide in nothing. So it doesn't even matter. Like, the state's going blue. Like, if the state, this state's going blue. Like, there's no
Our job is just to do what we did last time. The milli or so Trump supporters will do that. Will do their thing. Pretty much everyone else will just vote for Biden. We're done.
And more, I'm sure more people vote for Biden than voted for Hillary Clinton, too. So, but I mean, I just don't think it's a worthwhile conversation to really be having. Like the federal election of this year is like, you know.
That's pretty much it. That's all.
That's it for the night.
That's all we got, man.
Yeah, I mean,
we're in danger, folks.
We're in danger.
We're in danger. That's all I got. You got anything else?
Nah, that's it.
All right.
Peace out.
Good
See
night.
y'all.